So the first thing we're going to do is plug in our Billi lights. So I have its cord, I'm going to plug it in. You've got a couple different buttons. You're going to want it on, which is actually up, and I want it on double phototherapy, which is the 2 lights. Alright, so next I have my Billi blanket. It also needs to be plugged in. It has a power button as well. It's here in the front. And you'll see once you do that, you should be able to get the light coming here. So you'll see it has 2 sides. It has the part that talks about it, and the clear part, you want this part up top. Billi blanket covers are in the white cart in the treatment room. And it's going to go on so the ties are in the bottom, away from the baby. So here's my Billi blanket and my Billi blanket cover. And I'm going to lay the Billi blanket underneath. So I want this bassinet so that the baby is completely centered under the lights on top of the blanket. And I'm going to be able to tell what my levels are based on my Billi meter readings. So my Billi meter looks like this, and I'm going to do readings in 3 places facing both directions. So this is telling me how many, what my light reading is for this. So facing up, where my dome is facing towards the light, I'm pushing down on the gray button. I have 37.2, 39, oh, here we go, 40, and 40. And then facing it towards the mattress, or the blanket, I have 33.6, 48, and 35. So I really want, I'm going to average all 6 numbers, and what I'm really looking for is anything over 30 is good. So you're always doing double phototherapy. You want the average of all of your readings to be 30 or above with the cover that you have on. So now I'm going to get my baby ready. So for the baby, I need just a diaper and then these Neo Specs, which are really cute. So here's my doll acting as a baby. I'm not holding the baby badly. And I'm going to put the goggles on the baby. And it is Velcro. And I'm just going to secure them as closely as I can to their face. Neonates are obligate nose breathers, so that means if their noses get covered, they don't breathe well through their mouths. So you really want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on your baby and that the eye shields aren't going over their nose. These eye shields are much better than our last ones, and they tend to stay better. So I have my baby in a diaper with eye shields, and I'm going to put him under the lights, hopefully without bumping their head. So when you are taking your baby in and out of the lights, you can move the bassinet out, lay the baby down, and then put them in. Again, wanting to make as much of their body fit on the blanket away, underneath the lights, and making sure that as much as possible their whole body is on the blanket underneath the lights. You can put a pillowcase on this mattress here if they're longer than the mattress. Most newborns aren't. Babies in those first few weeks after birth are used to being held and swaddled and don't like being unswaddled here. And so this is a good job for dads because no mom who's just given birth wants to be hunched over. But they can hold their arms just like this for a little bit while the baby gets used to being unswaddled and naked under here. You also want to really watch their temperature. So we usually do an auxiliary temperature every couple hours and crank up that room temperature to make sure the baby stays warm. You don't want them to be stressed out and cold. You can also hold a pacifier in, again, if the family wants a pacifier used, or they can suck on mom or dad's clean finger. But sometimes just holding a baby like this underneath the lights helps soothe them. If you are getting a pulse oximeter on a baby underneath the lights, sometimes the lights will mess up your pulse ox reading, so holding your hands over like this while you're doing a pulse ox reading can help block that blue light. There is a percentage of the population that does not do well with blue lights, so if you feel weird when you're in a room with blue lights with phototherapy going, you're just one of those people that struggles a little bit with blue light. That's totally normal. Babies should only be out for about 20 minutes to eat generally, and should eat every 2 to 3 hours. As the bilirubin breaks down, they'll be more awake and they'll eat better. And so the parents will say, oh, my baby's so good, they've been sleeping through the night. And sometimes that's really just to increase bilirubin levels talking, and it's not actually their baby's actual temperament. You never put any lotions or oils on a baby that's under the lights. You don't want to fry them. So they're just naked, eye shields, diaper, no creams, no lotions on their main body. You can put some diaper cream on. You'll know that their bilirubin level is breaking down because they'll start changing color. Underneath their diaper and under their eye shields will be the last parts that will be yellow, and they'll start having these black, sticky, tarry stools as that bilirubin that's broken down is excreted. So that's a really great sign when they start having those big poops.